Your levels and that crap, or we have problems. Should be good. Alright. Oh, really? We have some PVT action. And in the top right, playing for ball go to angry looking octopus is Greenert. Bottom left playing for I don't know actually. Sigge plays. But with blue Protoss Sigge.
Using a new mic.
No, my mic's just very far away. Never mind. I hadn't actually.
Oh, that's what it sounded like too. Yeah, okay.
I hadn't put the boom on actually anywhere near my face, so that would explain that.
Yep.
Okay, well, so
Yep.
I probably scuffed the whole introduction, but anyway. StarCraft is being played, that's all we need to know, and as usual, classic Doom Rat, we don't have any overlays. So that's just how we roll. Alright. And... So, I don't know... It's been a while since I've seen Greenert play. He usually plays at times when I'm not around, so it's a rare gift to be given a Greenert game. He's usually doing some kind of shenanigans. Sometimes macro, oftentimes a little bit of weird tactics. I've known a lot of times buildings get put where they're not supposed to be, not on their own side of the map. But this time not going to be the case, as we're opening Marine first, so no Reaper. Also going to go wall the old probe out, not that there is a probe to actually wall out. Looks like we're not scouting on either side. Bunch of chads over here. Oh, okay, now we're going to go for a... Oh, what I would argue is quite a late scout. That's like a second pylon. Okay, no, the probe's just going to go check boxes again. We're not scouting. We're chad gamers up in here. They don't care what their opponent's doing, they're just going to play their game. But I don't expect anything too aggressive coming out of Greenert. He doesn't have a second gas or anything like that. So, Marine Reactor. That could be pretty sad if there was like some kind of like zealot stalker nonsense going on, but I'm not sure. Sentry first from Sigge, so he's also got the helmet on. What happens if there's a Reaper and you have a sentry? Surely a sentry is just useless against the Reaper. Oh, this is a weird opener from both sides, I feel like. Not weird, but like, I think Greener's just maybe cutting corners and not taking the Reaper, but getting a sentry first seems kind of whack. I don't know if you ever see that very often, Rudy. No comment from Rudy. He's probably busy changing windshields or some shit. Alright, so it's just lots of marine production, a cyclone, no starport. Yeah, starport's quite delayed, so we're just going to move out now with our... We're waiting for units to come across. We've got a marine cyclone hit squad moving across the map. And now Sigge's going to fly in his hallucination for the first time and see what's up. And he's going to see that there is a command center floating over a second barracks with no starport. Which is also interesting. Second cyclone coming up. First cyclone actually gets locks onto the shield battery. Starts going to town. It's going to pull away from the stalkers. Doesn't take a single shot. Now the Marines show up though. With these sentries, I feel like it's going to be we've got a little force field out here. Will these force the recharge? Ooh, just keeping a sentry in range is pretty hype. The shield battery has done a lot of work, but now it's out of juice, so the sentry is disappearing rather fast. Oh, no lock-on available there, so now the cyclone locks on, but his meat shields are kind of running out here. This stalk on the top's going to die, stalk on the bottom is fine, but both cyclones running out of HP here. Ooh, another stalker goes down. Can we get it? No, we can't kill it down. These cyclones are doing work. Greener with some nasty micro over here. I feel like that was a pretty good trade there for the Terran. Yep, 2-1. Sigge's like, you know what, fuck you, I'm gonna take a forward third base. See how you like it. And Sigge says, see how I like what? Or Greener says, see how I like what? Sigge's like, you know what I mean. But no one knows what I mean. So we are going to try and go up this ramp, but we need to lose a stalker for our troubles. Cyclone going to chase the stalker down. Should be able to get the kill. Yeah. Quick tap. That's another stalker down. That's what we've lost now. 3 stalkers. Yeah, battle reports reset, but we've lost now, I think, 3 stalkers, 2 sentries. And that's a lot of gas down the drain, especially. And I think Greenert hasn't lost a single gas unit. He's only had traded off a few marines, basically. Is that true? 450? I reckon lose 9 marines. What else did he lose? I don't know. But Sigge getting pretty greedy. I'm not sure why you would take this as your 3rd base. It seems kind of crazy. I guess it means if you get away with this, it means the 4th is easy. But it does seem a bit strange. Blink is done now, and these Cyclones are about to have a bit of a bad time. Although the Sight Blockers are going to make it hard for the Stalkers to chase, but we will blink through. One Cyclone does die for its troubles. Oh, do we lose that Stalker? We don't. A lot of tanks. So we are adopting a very aggressive stance here as Greenert. Also, doesn't have a single starport. Okay, starport's only building now. This build is interesting. Okay, we're all going to move out with our 4 tanks. That is a crap ton of tanks at this stage of the game. That said, we do have charge ready on the side of the Protoss. Problem is we don't have a lot of chargy boys. In fact, we haven't got any charge boys. We've only got our first 2 now. The Stalker's going to come from behind here. But I don't know if they want to take this. No, they don't want that smoke. And 2 Zealots is not really going to bait 4 tanks worth of fire onto it. Sigge immediately starts up a high ground. Okay, so this was the master plan all along. Give up the 3rd and be like, oh no, you did so much damage while taking another base. The problem is this is actually still a lot of damage. When we're still killing this, oh no. Even more damage, we lose all our probes. Stalkers moving to set reinforcements, so Greenert are forced to pull those back there, but I think if the Stalkers can't go up this hill, they're in a really bad time. 3rd base is taken out. But does Greenert even stop here? I mean, he's got no reinforcements, which is kind of scary, but there's still nothing to actually defend. Archon's trying to get some cheap shots as the Marines walk up the hill, but Greenert waiting for that maneuver. 1 Archon goes down. Blink Stalker's still chilling in here, but there's a Bioforce coming in here with more than enough firepower to get rid of these Stalkers. Should they try and fight? And that also depends on Sigge actually being there to micro them, which is a bit tricky here, keeping an eye on both fronts. We do micro back the Stalkers. We're not using stim here on this bio. We are going to get the 2nd cancel on this 3rd, so I think now... Yeah, it's looking pretty rough here. We have 3rd base done for the Terran. This is not looking like a very good time for the Protoss. Storm is done. The Stormy Boy does not have enough energy yet. He's going to die to a tank before he gets to cast it. That is, yeah, unfortunately game over, I imagine. 1 tank fighting some random Stalkers out in the middle of nowhere. Graham number 2 with our delays. Greenert leads 1-0. Greenert, if you're watching this VOD back at any point, I want you to know, special, watched half of the game 1 and then left. Fake fan club member. Kind of hoping someone's going to try something cheeky on this map, but looks like both players are going to keep it pretty standard here. Oh, never mind, that SCV's off into the corner there. Are we going to have a Patches Rex? Does feel like we want to build a Patches Rex.
SCV ready.
Is Sigge even going to bother scouting? Because he didn't last game. feel like it's the kind of thing it's a bit dangerous to keep doing because then your opponent's going to take advantage. I guess in the best of 3 though, your opponent can't do anything too cheeky and rely on you not scouting because it's only you only have like a I'll explain one map of kind of experience to base it off. But indeed, Sigge's not going to go scouting again. He's just going to check for proxies nearby. Apart from that, he's happy to roll the dice. This time it will be a Reaper first. Curious to see if we get another Rax here. I feel like if you're going to build 2 Rax early on, you might as well build a 3rd as well. They work together, work nicely in 3. We are just going to get some Reapers going. There we go. Okay, 2 Rax into 3rd into natural CC, I guess. Reaper waiting for a probe to try and come up here, I guess. Sigge finishes poking around. He's got that sentry out first, so he will be able to get the hallucination scout relatively quickly. Looks like it's going to be 3 Reapers and then into a reactor. This is an interesting build here from Mr. Greenert as usual. Pick lab reactor. 3 Reapers on the move. Well, they won't get. They will. The Stalker will be done before they get there, so I'm not sure what these 3 Reapers can actually get done. There's also a battery in the natural, which means we're not going to be able to get any work done in the natural, and the Stalkers will definitely be. The Stalker will beat up the Reapers. Although, if we're not careful, we can still take a lot of damage here before the Reapers get caught. There's 3 workers down. 4, 5 workers down. Damn, we are getting some damage. Okay, 1 Reaper finally dies. Oh, we get this arrest. There's citizens arrest, but Reapers just jump back up and off there will go. But definitely some decent damage there. I have no idea what the kind of ideal damage you're kind of looking for with that build, because it's not a very common one, but I imagine we're not unhappy with 5 workers as Greenert. Okay, going up this hill this time is probably going to be a one-way trip for these Reapers. Grenades? Use the grenade! Oh well. We get another one. Oh, we do. And we get out? No, we're not getting out. Okay, 6 workers for 3 Reapers. Pretty good there for the green man, the greenery. Marine's going to test out the new guns. Just finished training in the barracks, been practicing with dummy rifles now. He has a real gun, go shoot some rocks. Fuck yeah, America. So what is Green actually doing? We've got two racks, a factory and a starboard. The Stalker's about to go up a ramp they do not want to go up. And they will wisely turn around. So Sigge's just going to build a bit of bio, a bit of a tank. And have stim. I'd argue pretty early stim timing, I think, for this matchup. Especially since we're not going 2-on-1 or anything like that. Link into charge again for Sigge. Ooh, the Stalker's not going to be in position to intercept. I think that was their job, was to catch this army and start harassing it, whereas we're just going to let it go across the map. Observer will see it. Sigge is not reacting. At least he wasn't actively looking at it. Now he is. Now he realizes that, oh, might be in a little bit of danger here. There's actually, I feel like he's been incredibly greedy here with units. Maybe we just saw the number of racks and thought this wasn't going to be... wasn't going to be a big push, but I mean, this is a decent amount of buy. Immortal's about to pop. We'll get out, but it probably also just dies from stim. We're not even using stim yet. Which is kind of weird. I can just stim on that Immortal and kill it, right? Stim and win? Greenert? No stim and win? Okay. One tank on sieges here as the Stalkers try to engage. Sigge targets down the sieged up tank. We'll get it, but now the stalkers are a bit out of position. I feel like the reaction there from Sigge or from Engineer was a little bit slow there, so does allow one of the stalkers to get away. This Immortal's barrier popping is pretty huge. Allows it to tank a lot longer against this Spyro Force, but now the Bioforce is going to run in and probably get whatever damage it can. It can even go on the stalkers, yeah. They just blink, so they can't do anything. Going to kill an observer, kill some stalkers. Sigge's supply is in the toilet. I think Greener's going to take this 2-0. Looks like Sigge's going to try for the counterattack, but yeah, I don't see any way this is going to work. Unless Greenert unsieges his tanks and walks them into Sigge's base while Sigge's attacking. And actively tries to avoid shooting the stalkers. Bio gonna come poke out here. We'll find the stalkers. Ooh, almost loses an evac actually. He's just going out there to assert his dominance. What the fuck was that? You just killed... Bruh. We just killed the fucking taster loaf. Greenert, you animal. Calling PETA on your ass. Whatever the fuck they have in Canada. Fourth CC goes down. Man's feeling confident. Pressure is on Sigge to actually do something here as he's going for Storm, but I don't see him ever having a timing to deal with the Terran, so I think this gives Greenert the perfectly good option. Just go into like a 4-base setup and just become that late game Terran monster, the Protoss Sphere. There's some of the bio splitting off, not all of it though. There's a lot of charge lots. So this push... We definitely don't want to lose all our medevacs. I'm training out the bio, but it could be fun, but we don't want to be left in a situation where the Stalkers can blink on our medevacs. Bio's pushing out now. Oops, Stalkers engage. Sim gets popped, more bio reinforcements coming. These are... Actually no, they don't have +1 armor, I thought they did. Tank getting caught out in the middle. These charge lots are tanking a lot of damage. I feel like that was a decent trade there for Sigge. Actually no, Greenert getting the... Nah, Sigge did. He killed some gas units, so he's happy. What the hell is this 4th base? Sigge really loves these aggressively positioned bases, even though he generally seems to be on the defensive most of these games. So let's try for a wraparound, I think, or maybe just a run by. They're not going to get either of those things. They are going to try nailing the hitting that wall. So Greenert is wise to his schemes. Marauder, you're going to tag some Zealots. What's some decent micro there from Sigge to try and split off those slowed Zealots, but now Archon's going to die. They're the Stormy Boys. They ain't got no Stormy Boys here. They're coming from the flanking position, but not really what you want High Templar, I don't think. And sometimes a one or two flanking High Templar can be good. This fight, yeah. So we quite just kept watching, but yeah, I think that was kind of the slow death animation there for Sigge after that rather brutal attack on his 3rd base. GG, Greenert takes it 2-0.